We are at my friend's place now. This is a neighborhood where you don't really see any tourists or any gringos like us, and we're heading to town to check out the rest of Lima a little bit. This is the way people eat on the street. I do it as well. Nothing ever happened to me. It might look dodgy, but it actually, I think it's safe. This is quinoa with apple juice, and this is maca. This is called Metropolitano, which is probably the best there is in Lima as far as the public transportation is concerned. There's no subway, no train really. This is normally the quickest way to get around. It's crowded, but this is actually okay. It gets worse. Barranco, a really cool part of Lima. It's worth visiting. It's a little bit hipsterish, even though I don't know what that word means really, but it has a really cool vibe. Definitely worth a visit.
¿El ruso?
Bueno, es un poco parecido, pero yo no puedo hablar ruso, ¿no? Me gustaría aprenderlo, pero no lo puedo hablar.
Ah, ya, es parecido.
Pero es una lengua eslava, se dice, ¿no? Que tiene raíces parecidas, sí, pero nunca lo aprendimos. Nuestros padres sí, ¿eh? Pues mucha suerte, que le vaya bien, ¿eh? Buen día, ¿eh?
Gracias.
Soy marinero, soy capitán.
We're in Miraflores, which is a popular district of Lima, worth checking out. A lot of tourists in here and foreigners living. Parque de Amor, Park of Love. I'm not sure why I'm taking my brother here, but there are different kinds of love, I guess.
Hidden deep in the shower is a place where I belong. You may not know it yet, but someday I'll be the one.
Everybody wants pictures from my brother. I don't know what's going on.
Práve sa nachádzame v Múzeu antropológie a histórie v Lime a je tu možnosť práve vidieť repliky starých lebiek, ktorá je vlastne 680 000 rokov stará alebo 3 milióny a viacej. Plno predmetov tam je vystavených, či už nejakých výtvarných. Problém je, že tu je strašne málo nápisov v angličtine a teda človek by musel vedieť španielsky na to, aby tomu rozumel.
Estamos tocando sobre la civilización y con respecto en el tiempo del siglo XV, cómo los europeos tenían un pensamiento.
Influyó también la cultura mucho y el pensamiento europeo, que descubrieron un mundo nuevo. Pero mi parte, por ejemplo, eso siempre era una parte de monarquía austríaca o de reino húngaro, que es Eslovaquia hoy. Pues nosotros no tenemos mucho que ver con el mundo nuevo, con la conquista y todo eso, era muy como alejado.
Español.
Bueno, un aplauso.
Bueno.
Preprava sama o sebe v Peru je strašne vtipná, pretože Tým, že mestská hromadná doprava to nezvládá, tak sa tu objavili takí pacholíci, ktorí používajú svoje spôsoby dopravy na to, aby zarobili. Takto sa jazdí s otvorenými dverami hoci kde. Tu je vždy nejaký človek, ktorý to celé organizuje a hovorí, kam sa ide. Platí sa tu podľa toho, na akú trasu idete. Keď idete krátku trasu, tak je to polsola, keď sa ide stredne dlhá, tak je to sol, a keď sa ide veľmi dlhá alebo taká dlhšia, tak je to sol a pol, väčšinou maximálne. A ešte k tej samotnej preprave je vtipné to, že všetci tu trubia. Oni moc nezvyknú používať blinkere, konec, ten je tu úplne na nule. Ten nemá žiadnu hodnotu, čo sa týka cestnej prepravy. Ide cez prechod, auto na ňo trubia, aby proste pohol.
So you might be afraid to eat in a place like this. It's quite dodgy. You can find it anywhere in Lima or in general in Peru. It's pretty cheap. Daily menu for 6-7 sol, which is like €2, possibly less. But you're safe. I've tasted it. It's good food. The people are nice. It's safe. Even if it looks dodgy, all of these places are extremely safe. The things you always think that you're supposed to get with every menu like this, it's rocoto or ajin, which are different sauces, both spicy, limon, which we can get in a while, and refresco, which is a drink. If you ask for it, they just bring it to you. It's part of the price. Disculpa, señora, limón y refresco hay, ¿no? Gracias. So there we go. Drink, lemon, everything is there.
If you finish your drink, actually, you can ask for another one. It's normal, they're gonna fill it up again. For free?
Sure. So this is an interesting story. This guy is called Bolognese, an army general who was at the head of Peruvian army of 2,000 men against Chilean army with 10,000 men force. And the Chileans tried to negotiate, but Bolognese refused to capitulate and let everybody die, himself and all of his men. And well, in Peru he's a hero. If that was a good thing to do or done thing, I think that's everybody's own opinion.
Plaza Mayor de Lima, main square, Lima's main square. It's actually quite nice, colonial style.